The Knicks postgame show is presented by Tri-State Audi. Visit your Tri-State area Audi dealer today. What an incredible game tonight at Miami. Final 30 seconds. Tyler Hero, after the turnover, up and good. So the Knicks are down one, out of timeouts. Julius Randle gathers, somehow hits the three with just over a second to go. Heat, last chance. Mitchell Robinson intercepts. And the Knicks have now won 8 games in a row for the second time this year. What a win tonight in Miami. 122-120. Great to have you with us from our Delta MSG studios. Bill Pito along with Alan Hahn and Wally Zerbiak. Guys, what a statement. I mean, we keep talking about statement win after statement win. Wally, why might this be the biggest statement we've seen so far?
They just continue to rise to the occasion, and this Heat team was desperate. They played as good a game as they possibly could play in order to get themselves back into it in that second half. You saw that Heat championship fire, determination, and energy, and the Knicks did not fall to it. They came through with every big play down the stretch of that game. Brunson down the stretch made a few plays, and what can you say about Julius Randle? I mean, this guy is flying up the MVP ladder. He is playing like an MVP for this Knicks squad, and what a performance, what a big shot.
This bodes well for the playoffs. Like, this had a playoff atmosphere in the second half. You had the building that was up for grabs. Like, this was a game where you say to yourself, right, the Knicks are really playing well. Remember 2 years ago in the playoffs, though, it didn't look as good. Things really tighten up. You get into the crucible. So you want to see that test. You got it. You saw it. And you saw Julius Randle step up in the critical moments of a game. And I don't remember him ever hitting a shot like that, where he wins the game for his team. He's played great, but hitting a shot like this that essentially wins the game with the game on the line, with a loss staring at you, and I mean, bumbling, stumbling, fumbling. But he's so red hot from downtown. He's so locked in. He's got his mentals right, as he likes to talk about. And look at the celebration, the euphoria. And this makes you really look forward now to this time of year, climbing up the Eastern Conference standings. And boy, I'll tell you what, that was a playoff kind of feel. And you love the response that the Knicks stars gave. Jalen Brunson playing a little bit banged up as well, what he did. But what a performance by Julius Randle.
All right, so you got the Knicks now 4.5 games in front of Miami. Miami's in 7th. Knicks have 17 games left. I mean, it's looking more and more like they're going to be okay, at least in the top 6. And we all know how important that is.
And keep in mind, it's 2 wins now on Miami with 2 left. So you already have at least a tie for the season series.
And the Knicks have a great record against the Eastern Conference, which is a tiebreaker if you are 2-2 with a lot of those teams.
All right, Knicks were up 71-56 at the half. Julius Randle in the first quarter went for 20. Knicks dominated the first 2 quarters, but Allen came down to the stretch. The Knicks bent a little bit tonight, but they did not break at all.
No, they didn't. I mean, the bend was certainly there, but it had a lot to do with Jimmy Butler obviously playing as hard as he did, and then a lot of the supporting cast just getting it done for the Heat. And the three-point ball was a big part of their offense as well. As you knock this shot down, and now all of a sudden, the Heat have their first, it's 5:45 to go, and the Heat have their first lead since early in the first quarter. But Jalen Brunson back in the game after tweaking the ankle, and boy, that was a concern. Comes in and makes big plays. The dunk from Mitchell Robinson. Then that turnaround shot, Wally, that's a difficult shot that he makes.
No question.
And of course, you see here Julius Randle with that shot.
And that's when they went back to Randle, because Brunson had missed a shot, so you got 2 guys that can hurt you down the stretch. Here's Jalen Brunson just putting Victor Oladipo in the blender, getting that bucket. Knicks by 4.
Not a held ball?
But how about the offensive rebound? Jimmy Butler, every loose ball. Game tied. This was the big shot. Over Adebayo and one. Knicks lead 119-116. But then the turnover, Tyler Hero gets that turnover and then gets the bucket, and they take a 1-point lead. So it's 120-119. And then down the stretch, what do you got? You got one of the best defenders in the league, draped all over Randle. Hero doesn't contest, doesn't even put his arms up. Randle gets a good look at the basket, nails that jump shot. Euphoria, but still, you had to get the stop with 1.1 second to go. And that's what the Knicks did on that last possession. Kevin Love, taking that ball out of bounds, was just traded to the Miami Heat. You wonder if he hasn't been in those situations a lot with the Miami Heat. I don't know about that decision, whether he knew exactly what they wanted out of that play. He's normally a great inbound passer in that type of scenario, but that was not a good pass, and they didn't even get a shot up at the basket with a lot of time left, 1.1 left.
Mitchell Robinson got the steal there, the long arms in there, just picking off that pass to secure what was a huge win for the Knicks.
All right, so 116 all. Randall hits a three-point play with 56 seconds to go, and then he hits a game winner. 43 points. The degree of difference. It's one thing, you look at the box score, 43 points. Every shot seems like it's impossible.
Over two of the best defenders in the NBA.
But all night long.
Over Adebayo, torched Adebayo.
But all night long, right?
Torched him.
Yeah, let's what? First of all, let's remind everybody, he had 43. He had 20 of them in the first half, and this has just become, we're just used to this now, right? First quarter's owned by Julius Randle. He was behind the back. That was a Larry Bird shot. But he was feeling it from downtown.
Well contested.
4 of 6 from 3 in the first quarter, and he just sets the tone and gets the pace for the Knicks. He had 20 points in that first quarter, and the Knicks had that 37-point first quarter. They had 47 points the night before, but he just had it rolling. I mean, he's down there in Miami. The building is chanting, "Let's go, Knicks." How about that in the first half of this game?
That was awesome.
But it was just, he was
look at that.
in his bag. Shots that he works on.
He got hit on the arm, and then this one. When he's driving right, he is so good at getting his feet set and knocking that shot down back to his left hand. It's such a cool-looking shot, very unorthodox because he is a lefty. But the fact that he can be going one direction, get his balance, find the rim, fade this way, and still knock down that shot, it's just an incredible talent that he has, and boy, was that an impressive performance.
He has the second most total points in the first quarter in the whole league. We've talked about 20 tonight.
And
that has been so key.
Yeah.
So key to how the Knicks have been getting off these great starts and winning all these games. Randall tied a career high, by the way, with 8 made threes. Tom Thibodeau's team now 11 games over 500. We'll hear from him and the guys from the Wally Wall when we come back after this.
The Knicks postgame show is presented by Audi. Visit your tri-state area Audi dealer today.
Brunson tied up, finds Randall, throws it low. Randall gets it back, 8 seconds to go. Randall on the drive, stripped by Butler. Randall gets it back. Randall puts up a 3. Bang! Bang! Randall knocks down the 3 with 7/10 of a second remaining.
We got the double bang from Mike Breen. First time he's ever done that in a Knicks game. And when Mike Breen goes double bang, you know it is a big moment. As Julius Randle with 1.1 to go with the 3, and the Knicks beat the Heat 122-120. You see the stats. We'll go to the Wally Wall shortly, but first, Tom Thibodeau's postgame comments presented by Chase.
It's a huge shot. You know, I thought we played really well in the first half, and then I thought the second half we were fortunate. So when you go to Boston, we're going to have to play a lot better than we played tonight.
How crazy is that final shot?
You know, unbelievable. You know, so tough shot, put it in, you know, tip your hat.
Was that your first career charge?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Just in that moment, I know you tried just very, very hard to not get lost in the moment.
No, it was a great call. You're thinking about it, it's 0.7, so you're thinking about, okay, there's enough time for them to get a shot. And I know I've watched enough of their games to know that they get good shots in those situations, so you're already starting to think about that.
So when Julius hits that shot, kind of the whole team is out there celebrating and stuff, are you trying to wrangle guys in for...
Yeah, well, because you know, well, it's not only that, but you got to think about what you're going to do matchup-wise and what they're going to run. So, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on right there.
The number one thing, but the steal by Mitch at the end.
Yeah, it's a big play, big play.
His defense all night.
Yeah, you know, and again, I didn't like our defense in the second half at all. I thought, you know, the rebounding wasn't good. So there was a lot of things that we have to do better at. But I thought our bench gave us a good lift. Hart was unbelievable again, just making tough plays. I thought Jalen made a number of big shots in the fourth quarter. When the game was hanging in the balance, he made big shot after big shot. So, you know, Julius hit the monster shot. Jalen hit a number of big shots. So that was great. And, you know, I thought RJ gave us a good all-around game as well. But again, the big concern is we got to play a lot better defensively.
How about the toughness that Jalen showed? He goes out, he goes back to the locker room, then he comes back out and gives you that effort down the stretch.
Yeah, you know, and that's the thing. He's going to give you everything he has. You know that. He's tough-minded. You know, he's going to make plays. You know, he gets nicked up. He keeps going. He never stops.
You said 2 days ago there are some qualities of the late 90s that remind you of, this team. Was it kind of fitting to have a game like that?
Yeah,
those guys 2 days later?
Yeah, especially the Heat. You know, the one thing about the Heat is, you know, I've competed against them for a long time, and I have the ultimate respect for them. And so they never change. The roster could change. Their fight never changes. How they play, the intensity, that never changes. The hallmark, their defense, and then they're going to play unselfish offensively. They got to the line a ton against us tonight. And I've coached Butler before, so I know the type of competitor that he is. And Bam, has continued. He's developed here and continues to be a monster. So they got a lot of weapons. And it's a really good team, very well coached, and it's a great organization.
It wasn't just the game winner from Julius. He had a number of shots tonight that
Yeah.
were ridiculously high difficulty. I mean, what is it? Just a case of
I didn't think they were high difficulty. I didn't. I thought the thing I liked about our first half is, what they're going to do is they're going to react to the ball, particularly when you get it to the paint. And I thought in the first half we created really good shots, and we got, and that takes everyone working together. And if you do that, you're going to develop rhythm. And oftentimes it's, there's a switch, and then there has to be a roll, and then there's got to be a replace, and you got to keep moving, and then you need the penetration and you need the spray. But I thought that they created really good shots for each other, and I thought Julius did a lot of that as well, like where he was the one creating. And so I thought his all-around game was good. Jalen, same thing. We knew they would blitz and then just get off the ball, play to the backside, attack the switching. We knew we'd see some zone. Just be ready for whatever they're throwing at you. I loved the way we played in the first half offensively. And I think the thing that probably hurt us more in the second half is we didn't get the stops that we needed to get out and transition and create that rhythm. So, but, the most important thing is coming out with the win. We know we have to go to Boston, and we have to be at our best.
I guess high difficulty is the wrong way to put it, but I more want he's doing it against Jimmy Butler.
Oh, yeah. No. I agree totally. Bam.
Right.
Yeah.
Play in the first half where he goes right on down and then has that really high flow.
Yeah.
Is he just in that groove right now?
Well, I think he's been there all year, so it's, and that's he's mixing up his game great. He's shooting threes, he's driving the ball, he's attacking the rim, he's spraying. If you double him, he's getting off the ball. He's creating a lot of good things for us, and I think. And Jalen doing the same thing, and when your primary scorers are doing it, it makes your whole team unselfish. And if we scored 122 tonight, and we probably had some opportunities for more. And I want to take a look. I thought we attacked the rim and we didn't get to the line nearly as much as we normally do.
Any kind of specific reason you went with RJ over quickly?
Nah, just the way it was going. And I thought RJ had given us some minutes. I wanted to get a different type of player, maybe to attack the rim when the ball came out. So, both guys are terrific, and both guys played well. So each night it'll probably be someone different.
Anything to know? And Mitch had to be slipping for a little while, and Jalen obviously went to the locker room with both those guys.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. What the training staff says, and then obviously tomorrow's more important. How do they feel when they get up in the morning?
All right, the thoughts from head coach Tom Thibodeau, who, by the way, now is the first head coach since Red Holzman back in 1973 to have 8-game winning streaks in the same season. So that's some pretty good company to be in as we celebrate 50th anniversary of the '73 championship team. Wally, let's look at a couple of plays here.
Yep.
Julius Randle did a lot of scoring in this game.
He did.
But the ball movement and, of course, the people movement is what we'd all be talking about. And he finds Jalen Brunson here for an open three.
Tom Thibodeau just talked about it. Reading the defense, getting the ball to the paint, and spraying it out to your shooters. Here he's got Adebayo on him. He torched Adebayo all night long. Gets the drive right here. Now go right. All right, freeze it there. Look, he gets the step towards Adebayo. Oladipo's got to come in and help. Right here, Kevin Love is locked in on Mitchell Robinson. That leaves Jalen Brunson wide open in the corner. Look at how big this shot is in the third quarter. Excuse me. This is just easy basketball. Julius Randle, when you're 6'9", 4-man, can make plays like that, that is pretty big time. I mean, those type of guard skills to be able to draw a double team, drive to the basket, drive and kick, and make the right read and the right pass, I'll tell you, that is the evolution of basketball, because that wasn't happening a lot back in the earlier days when a guy 6'9" could put the ball on the floor, move like that, and kick it out perfectly to his guard for a
Three-point shot becoming a big part of Jalen Brunson's game and for the Knicks certainly as well. Another thing becoming a big part of the Knicks is that when their bench comes in, they like to run. 23 fast break points, and you can see a lot of fast break points come off of great defense.
Yeah, and it's all about the glue, and the glue is Josh Hart. And these are the plays that he brings, just a nose for the ball. Now, freeze it there. Now, Obi was beaten completely on the dribble. Great help by Hartenstein, but now the helper has to get help from another guy. Hartenstein in the lane doesn't allow this to be an easy layup to the basket, and here comes Josh Hart cracking down on Adebayo to get the deflection, which causes the fast break opportunity. Good job by Obi getting back into there. Pushes the ball up the floor, and look at Emmanuel quickly. Now freeze it there. Everyone's going to run to protect the paint first. This is what you're taught. Build a wall and then build out. Everyone's trying to get to shooters here. This is a quick shot in transition. Look at Caleb Martin trying to sell out to get over to Quickly, but Quickly in rhythm gets that shot up barely over Caleb Martin's outstretched hand. Big time three. Great defense by Josh Hart. And I love when Josh Hart makes a play, the Knicks are looking to push that ball right up the other team's throat.
And the Knicks with 8 steals in this game, and they get 17 points off turnovers as well, as the Knicks bench certainly played really well. What do we got on the 150, Bill?
All right, we have an epic comeback. The Nets, once down 28 against the Celtics, were they able to win? They made it close. The answer coming up next. Julius Randle's three with a second to go beats the Heat. Knicks have now won 8 games in a row, tying their best run of the season. Here we go with the Audi MSC 150 final, fastest 150 seconds in the National Basketball Association. Boston and the Nets. 1 point, the Nets were down by 28. Dorian Finney-Smith finishes the lob. Nets within 9, third quarter. Cam Thomas for 3. Nets go on a 47-19 run. As Tom Thibodeau likes to say, and we have learned this year, no lead in the NBA this year is safe. Dorian Finney-Smith for 3. Nets up 10, turning it over. Mikal Bridges, who had 38. Nets win 115-105, so they're still 2 games behind the Knicks for 5th. Nets right now in 6th. What a comeback. Portland and Atlanta. Shaden Sharp goes up to finish the lob. Can't get it to go. Hit his head on the corner of the backboard. Oh, my goodness. Ouch. Was not hurt, thankfully. DeJounte Murray, huge game. Here he is in the 4th quarter for 3. Then another 3 here. Murray ended up with a career-high 41. Hawks up 17 here. First win for them under new coach Quinn Snyder as they beat the Blazers 129-111. Orlando and Charlotte. Charlotte will be here in New York to take on the Knicks Tuesday night. Paolo Banchero for Orlando puts the Magic up by 14. Banchero, of course, the rookie, having a great year on the outside for 3. Another big game for him. Had 31 points. Look at the footwork for him. Great job and a great shot. Michael Jordan not thrilled. Mark Williams exit. And he does not see that his boss is trying to get 5. Williams said, oh, my God, it's Michael Jordan, my boss, the owner. I better give him 5. Orlando won the game 117-106. Phoenix and Chicago. Kevin Durant collects the loose ball, kicks it out. Darius Bazley on the outside. Now takes it on the inside. Devin Booker, rainbow 3 here coming up. He had 35. Durant had 20. Suns win big over Chicago, 125-104. Last stop, Utah OKC. Jalen Williams turns defense into offense. Oh, nice play. Fourth quarter, Thunder a 3-on-1 break. Aaron Wiggins will convert and draw the foul. OKC blows out the Jazz. Look at this, 130 to 103. OKC had lost 5 in a row, but they get into the win column tonight in a big way. And that is your MSG 150 final presented by Audi. Back from the corner 3 after this. Knicks tonight beat the Heat by 2.
The Knicks postgame show is presented by Audi. Visit your tri-state area Audi dealer today.
All right, next up for the Knicks at Boston Sunday. You can listen to the game on the MSG Radio Network. Home against the Hornets Tuesday, and then the West Coast begins 4-game trip at the Kings late Thursday. You can listen to that one as well on the MSG Radio Network. All right, Knicks tonight make 17 threes. Our three-point highlight reel presented by Starry. Randall made 8, and Emmanuel quickly off the bench had 5 threes.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal really off the bench. He's been in such a good rhythm. That three-point shot been dropping, and he's aggressive with it. And he'll let you know about it too. Yeah, count it. Along with that was an M1. Remember on the foul. He gets that on the break, and he will pull up Wally from anywhere.
That was a quick one. That was a big one. He is in some rhythm. The defense has been outstanding. But when you're coming in off that bench, absolutely locked and ready to go, knocking down shots, there's a lot of reason to smile. There's a lot of reason to have fun and joy out there on the basketball court. And Emmanuel quickly, what a phenomenal breakthrough year in his 3rd year here in the NBA, helping this team win monster games in really tough scenarios and tough buildings.
Back now from the corner 3, presented by Michelob Ultra. A reminder to enjoy every bucket. All right, guys. Wally, you're the former player. These wins now, they start to build on one another. You got to feel really confident if you remember this team and that you can go up against anybody and compete against anybody. They have beaten the best teams in the conference.
Yeah, and you got to remember what's great about this team is this is a young team, just a lot of guys coming into their prime, and they're just figuring out what they are in the NBA. And the sky's really the limit for each individual guy. I mean, Grimes can have a game like last game where he goes off and really helps the team in the first quarter quickly in his 3rd year in the NBA. I've always said your 3rd year is your big year to make that huge jump. Rookie year, you're figuring things out. 2nd year, you get better. 3rd year, boom, that's when you really arrive. Quickly's making that big jump in his 3rd year. And, you know, Randall and Brunson, I mean, they're just scratching the surface, I think, of what they're capable of being as NBA players. Brunson's having a career year. Randall's having another career year. And it's just great to see this team continue to elevate their games because individually they're making each other better and they're having a ton of fun doing it.
You know, and again, when you look at this game also, the physicality of this game,
yeah,
how tough it was. You knew that Jimmy Butler was going to start bringing it, and he did. And the way the Knicks answered this game, the physical game, they showed they could play that way as well.
Randall, huge down the stretch. Game-winning shot with just over a second ago. We'll get his post-game reaction when we come back after this. Welcome back. So the Knicks down 1, no timeouts. Julius Randle, totally broken play. Oh, my heavens, a 3 to put the Knicks up by 2 with 1.1 seconds to go. And the Knicks win the game on that shot after they steal the inbounds pass. Eric Spoelstra, Miami's coach, if he did that play 100 times, 99 times, it will be in our favor. Well, maybe this was one time it wasn't. Here's Randle now after the game in the post-game locker room.
Julius, in a game of so many twists and turns, how would you describe that final trip and that final shot?
Fate, I don't know. But we've been playing well, and, you know, we've had to win many different ways this season, so it's just another one.
When you can do it like this and keep the win streak going, give us a sense of where this team is right now when you're winning games like this, given the run you guys are on.
Just confident and having fun. You know, the big thing is, you know, our preparation is great. Everybody's putting time into, you know, whether it's the weight room, work on the court, film, whatever, to make sure that we're prepared. But we're also having fun while we're doing it.
I do say preparation, but you don't practice a fadeaway, falling into the stands, three-pointer?
Get to my spot, comfortable, you know, and living with the results.
Were you worried they were going to call an offensive foul when you took out tips?
Yeah, he's a little mad at me right now. Yeah, he won't talk to me, but hopefully he has a good night and forgets about it.
When you lose the ball there right before you make the shot, I mean, what is anything going through your mind? Is your mind just totally clear? Like, what are you even trying to make it?
Yeah, it's clear. I'm not thinking. Just get to my spot and make a play. There's not much time to think at that point.
So after the Randall make, Kevin Love throws it away. Mitchell Robinson steals it, and that seals a win for the Knicks as they win it by 2. Knicks Celtics Sunday is on national TV, so our next Knicks game here on MSG Tuesday. Hornets in town, pregame 7, game at 7:30, and also stream our coverage on MSG Go. Time now for another episode of Checking In with the Knicks, presented by Coinbase.
What's going on, Knicks fans? Welcome to Checking In with the Knicks, presented by Coinbase. I'm your host, Bianca Peart. Let's jump in with our fast break highlights of the week. Now let's go beyond the locker room for some off-the-court updates. MSG Networks tagged along with Emmanuel Quickly to Coinbase's Kicks and Cocktails event at Tao Downtown. A who's who of celebrities and New York sports royalty got together to show off their freshest kicks and raise money for the Garden of Dreams Foundation.
Appreciate it. Emmanuel. Nice to meet you. We got the wildest, craziest, best fans in the league, so anytime we get a chance to, communicate with them, I think it's a great experience for us to just be able to talk to them. Number 5 on the court, number 1 in your heart. Always.
Now let's throw it over to Crypto Corner. Tonight's term of the week is cryptography. Cryptography is the practice of sending encrypted messages, and it's been around for centuries. Cryptocurrencies use cryptography within blockchain technology to allow transactions to be anonymous, secure, and third-party free. Visit Coinbase.com/learn to discover more. Can't wait to see you next week for more Checking In with the Knicks, presented by Coinbase. I'm your host, Bianca Peart. Let's go Knicks.
All right, Bianca, thank you. Okay, so as we showed you on the 150, the Nets won. They remain 2 games behind the Knicks for 5th, but probably most important of all, the Knicks win over the Heat, drops the Heat now 4.5 games behind the Knicks. So top 6 is the goal. The Knicks now have quite an edge here. And you know what? Don't forget about 4th. Only a game out of 4th.
And the Cleveland can be had. They're not playing great basketball. They're really struggling right now, and Knicks are rolling. It would be nice to get a home court advantage in the first round of the playoffs, and that is not out of sight for this team the way they're playing.
No, not at all. And just think now that there's 17 games to go in the season. The Knicks have more wins right now than they did last season. Think about that for a minute and the pace that they're on. And again, look at what you've got going now. That Sunday game now, you play the Celtics, who just blew a big lead and have not been playing well of late. You're playing them in their building on national TV on Sunday. What a game that's going to be. And then, of course, a road trip coming up as well for this team. I mean, each night now we go into this just seeing how they're going to win this game. It's great. I mean, it's been a while.
And the rotations are so tight. That's what gives you so much confidence. Yeah. Both units are playing at a high level. So with the way Julius is starting off the games, and then you come in with a potent bench with Josh Hart and Quickly and Hartenstein and company, like that's how you start really starting in winning streaks.
All right, special. Knicks at Boston Sunday. You can listen to the game on the MSG Radio Network. Our next Knicks game here on MSG Tuesday. The Hornets are in town. Pre-game at 7, game at 7:30, and also stream our coverage on MSG Go. Up next here on MSG, it's a better half hour. Knicks were up 71-56 at the half. Heat took a brief lead in the 4th quarter, and then it was a fight to the finish, and the Knicks prevailed at Miami. Julius Randle winning it right there with 1.1 to go, and the Knicks beat the Heat 122-120.